now the second part of my Q&A, which is questions related to YouTube, K-pop, and dancing. The first set of questions for part 2 comes from T Koo. I think that's how you say it. I know T is right. She does dance covers on YouTube and reactions and stuff, and she has cool hair. I saw her on After School Club actually for the GOT7 episode. And she asks, how do you decide which dances you want to cover? I don't really know, honestly. Sometimes I have tried in the past to do a current dance, like whichever song just came out, like Knock Knock and Hate by 4 Minute. I've tried to do like a recent dance cover to try and get more views and subscribers, but that never really works out for me to just try to keep up with everyone else and do the most recent song. So usually I'll just be watching old videos of old music videos or dance practices of older songs, and I'm like, oh, I really like this dance, I want to do it. And if I actually learn it to a certain point, like sometimes I'll try to learn one and I'll quit like pretty early on in trying to learn it and never do a cover. But if I make it past a certain point of learning a dance, then I go ahead and cover that. Basically, how I decide to do dances is whatever song I happen to look at, old or new, and I'm like, oh, I like this dance. If I follow through with learning it, then I do a cover. And she asks, cover you struggled the most with? I don't know, honestly. They were all hard at some point. They all start out difficult. I think the hardest one, oh, this is really difficult. All I keep thinking of is Knock Knock, which I know people think that's an easy dance, but it was difficult for me because I really tried to learn it as soon as the music video came out. As soon as there was any dance that you could see online, I started trying to learn it. And usually I learn with tutorials, so that was really hard for me to have no tutorials and no dance covers that other people had done to look at. I was trying so hard to be like the first one to cover it, which obviously I still wasn't, but I think I got it up within 3 days of the music video being released, 3 or 4 days. So I think that's the one I struggled with the most, just because I was trying so hard to get it done quickly. Next question she asked, first dance you learned? I was gonna say it was Paparazzi because that's the first dance cover I ever did, but I know that there were other songs that I learned before that, and I'm trying to remember which song it was. I think the first song I ever tried to learn was either I Am the Best by 21 or Breathe by Miss A. I can't remember, it's been so long ago, because I tried learning dances years before I put up my first dance cover, but I never really like finished songs. Like, I wouldn't make it all the way through. I think I did finish Miss A's Breathe, but I know that it was super horrible. I think I made it to where I could get through the whole dance, but there's no way I would upload it the way that I had learned it back then, because it was not complete. Yeah, I think maybe that's what it, technically Miss A's Breathe is the first song that I learned all the way through, but I never did a dance cover of it. I forgot it all now. I'm sure it didn't look good in the end, even though I was done with it back then. Your ultimate bias? Oh, you're killing me with this question, T. BTS is my favorite group right now, for sure, but I cannot pick a bias in that group. I know Jin and Rap Monster are out of the running. Sorry if you like them. Well, actually, if you do like them, that means you can have them. But with everyone else, I thought it was Jimin because I consistently like him, like all the time. My eyes are drawn to him. And actually, one girl was telling her story time of how she met BTS and that Jimin noticed her and kept making eye contact with her and lingering. And I actually got genuinely jealous when that girl was telling that story. And I was like, why am I feeling jealous? Because she's talking about Jimin smiling at her and noticing her. So I was like, maybe he's my ultimate bias because I'm like jealous. If you would have asked me this question a couple years ago, it would have been Mir from MBLAQ, hands down. I think he's the only true ultimate bias I've ever had. But since MBLAQ sort of has like fallen apart, I don't know if they've officially disbanded now. because they haven't done anything for a while, and of course Thunder and Lee Jun left. But Mir used to be my baby. Like, I used to talk to my mom all the time, like non-stop. I would always be talking to her about Mir as if we were actually gonna get together, and I would think about him all the time, and I got jealous when he was on shows and girl idols would like do games and stuff with him. And one girl, Jeannie, is that her name? It's been so long. Jeannie from Glam sat on his lap and was like wiping the sweat off of his forehead, and I got so jealous. So it used to be Mir. But honestly, I know this sounds bad because it's like if he really was your ultimate bias, then you would always love him. And he'll always hold a place in my heart, but out of sight, out of mind. I haven't seen him in so long that I've kind of forgotten about him. So right now, I don't know who my ultimate bias is. It's between Jimin and J-Hope from BTS. But I like J-Hope v Jimin, Jungkook, although he's very young for me. And even sometimes Suga. Sometimes he's really like got that sexy swag. I don't know why, I just like Suga sometimes. Excuse me, I'm trying to hold back a burp. Sometimes I like Suga sometimes. To answer your question, I don't really have an ultimate bias right now. I should mention really quick that I also like GOT7 a lot. I like JB. I like all of them too. Like, why is it getting so hard to pick an ultimate bias? I thought it was Jackson, but then he reminds me too much of this little boy that I know, and I just can't think of him in that way anymore because I just see that little boy's face every time. And I liked Mark a lot too. But then JB was looking really good sometimes. Like in some of their dance practices, I only watch JB because he looks like he has such a, I don't know, something about him makes me want to like snuggle up to him and lay on his chest. It looks like he has like, he looks so cuddly. His shoulders look so broad. I'm fangirling a little bit right now. So those were all of T's questions. Next question is from Dancer Heart, and they ask, are you seeking to dance professionally? No, because I think I'm way too old, and I've never in my life taken a dance class, and I've never performed in front of anyone else. I've just done videos, and I just think I'm too old and too lacking to even consider that. Like, no, I'm too old. It depends on what you mean by professionally. If somehow I could magically get paid for doing dance covers on YouTube and that's what you consider professionally, then I would consider that. But to dance professionally as in like on So You Think You Can Dance, or trying to become a backup dancer for someone, or to get parts in shows and stuff, no way. I'm not even remotely considering that. Dancer Heart's second question, would you consider doing choreography of your own? Yeah, I would consider doing it, but I don't think it'd be very good. I mean, maybe I'll get better and better as time goes on, but right now that's sort of, I don't even know. I wouldn't know where to begin if I wanted to try and make my own choreography up. I'm not very creative in that way. I think that's how I am in a lot of things. I'm good at doing things that I'm told to do, but then if you ask me to make up my own stuff, I can't. I'm like really bad at it. I can follow instructions really well and do what's given to me really well, but not other stuff, not my own stuff. I'm not good at like freestyle anything. I'm not good at coming up with my own stuff. Next question, Peekaboo 100 had some questions in part 1, but they also had a question that was about Korean culture and pop music. From when and how did you get interested in Korean culture and pop music? This is like a long story, and I think I might have been telling it wrong to anyone I've told it to in the past few years. I went to China in 2010. I know that happened in 2010. And I saw this really weird Chinese music video in the hotel room on the TV. I saw that video, and when I got back from China, I wanted to show it to my family and friends and stuff. I looked it up on YouTube, found it, and in the sidebar was Mr. Taxi, the Japanese version by Girls' Generation. Literally, the moment I watched that, I guess it changed my life and the whole direction of my life, because I don't know what I'd be doing right now if I hadn't found all of this stuff. Before I saw that, well, let me back up a little bit. I saw the Japanese version of Mr. Taxi, watched it, and I was just so in awe. They were so beautiful, and I loved the dancing and the song and the outfits. They were just like, Girls' Generation were so perfect and pretty, and I like so wanted to be like that. And after I watched Mr. Taxi, I believe like some other videos of Girls' Generation came up, like O or G, and I watched those, and I just kept going from there. And I just kept watching more Girls' Generation videos. And for a while it was just Girls' Generation and maybe like Super Junior and stuff like that. And I was just all about Girls' Generation. I watched some of their variety shows like Hello Baby and their show about like before they debuted up to their debut and stuff. That's how it all happened. YouTube and their little recommended videos on the side like just led me down a hole until, I don't know, I just never stopped. Once I watched that Mr. Taxi, I just kept seeing another video on the side that I wanted to click on, and it never stopped after that. Before I saw Mr. Taxi by Girls' Generation and then all that other stuff, I literally didn't even know there were two different Koreas. I never thought about Korea ever, like probably not once in my life. I wouldn't be able to pick out the Korean flag if you showed it to me. I would have no idea. I didn't know the capital of Korea. I wouldn't know what Korean writing looked like. Like if you showed it to me, I'd have no idea what that was. It's just crazy that like Korea was never on my mind. I never thought about it even once really. And now it's like all I think about. It's just crazy that I lived my whole life never ever thinking about it, and now it's such a big part of my life. It's hard for me to remember what it was like to not even think about it or know anything about it. Now we're on to Candy's questions that are related to dancing and K-pop and YouTube. Okay, Candy asks, how did you get into doing YouTube videos? What influenced you to start? I don't know. I've been watching YouTube videos since like 2007. I watch people like Swift Karate Chop and Shane Dawson and Onision, like comedy videos, comedy channels. And then I started watching beauty videos like Juicy Star 07. I was like so obsessed with her for a while, watching like every one of her videos. And I just started watching more and more YouTubers. And eventually, I think eventually most people, if you watch YouTube that much, it's gonna make you want to do it. I actually made my first YouTube channel in 2010 and uploaded like 5 videos on it, but they were so embarrassing that I deleted all those videos and then I completely deleted that channel. It was just, ugh. So actually I started making YouTube videos in 2010, but I only made like 5, and they were like talking videos. All I did was sit there and talk about stuff, like on my bed talking, embarrassingly. But I deleted that channel, deleted those videos, and then didn't put any more up until 2013, and that's, you can still see every video I've put up since then on this channel. I was gonna be a vlogger because that's what I was mostly watching at the time, but then I put up a few videos like vlogs in 2013. Then I got into this horrible relationship and that all went out the window, and I didn't make any videos for a while because I was all wrapped up in this new relationship, and not only was it a new relationship, it was a toxic relationship, so I just had no energy or anything left to make videos. But finally I started putting up dance covers in 2015. I put up my paparazzi dance cover, so I don't know what influenced me to start. I guess just because I watched YouTube so much that eventually I wanted to do it too. Another question from Candy. Do your family and friends know you have a YouTube channel other than your mom? Well, I have no friends. Yeah, I have no friends, so no, my friends don't know that I have a YouTube channel. Don't have to worry about having friends and them finding out about my YouTube channel. My family, I don't have a really close family. Like, I'm not close to everyone. I'm close to my mom and my grandma, and that's about it. My mom lives with my brother, and he knows that I make YouTube videos because she talks with him about it and stuff like that. So my brother knows, my grandma knows, and she has seen a couple of my dance videos, and she really likes them. And she said I should dress sexier, my grandma. She said, you should have worn something sexier. My mom's boyfriend knows about my YouTube. My ex-boyfriend found out about my YouTube, and that, like, irritated me. I guess that's pretty much it. My mom, my grandma, my brother, my mom's boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend. Those are the people that know about my YouTube channel. What was your favorite video you've made so far? This was a hard one too. The first one that came to my mind though was my short hair dance cover. That one wasn't too bad to film. It didn't take too many takes for me to get a good one, and it was all in one take. I mean, it took more than one try to get that one take, but in the end I didn't have any cuts in that video, and I thought it was really good, and I thought I did a good job on that one. Like, that's one that I almost wouldn't be embarrassed to show anyone. So I guess that's my favorite video. What's your favorite style of dance to do? What do you have the most fun doing? I think I like cute girly dances the most because I think I'm cute and girly. No, I think those are the easiest ones for me. I don't know why. Some people can't stand to act cute. It makes them cringe, but for me, I think that's the style that suits me the most. What do you guys think? What style suits me the most? Stuff like my OK cover by Strawberry Milk or Lipstick by Orange Caramel, those kind of cutesy things. I like doing those. What are you even doing, Mal? Ugh. Let's just move on to the next question before my cat knocks everything down. Do you plan on doing other kinds of dances other than K-pop? Actually, I am interested in like shuffling because I saw some really cool shuffle dance videos and I was like, oh, I want to do that. I'm going to get some light up shoes and everything. And I've been requested to do some J-pop dances, so I'll probably do that in the future. Some dances by 1 Million Dance Studio. Some of their dances are really cool, and they're like 2 American songs or whatever. So I might do some 1 Million dances. 1 Million dances, shuffling, and J-pop. So far, that's what I might do other than K-pop. Who are your favorite YouTubers to watch, big or small? Well, obviously you, Candy. My favorite YouTubers, oh, I also like Terry TV. No. Graveyard Girl, Taylor R. I think I've seen like every one of Taylor R's videos. Who else besides that? This is going to be controversial, but I like Onision. Not everyone's going to like that, but I mean, sometimes his videos are a little like too extreme for me, and I don't get his sense of humor sometimes, but I feel like we have a lot of the same views on things. So whatever. If people want to hate me for liking Onision's videos, go ahead. I also like Kalel, Carissa Who, Lisa Ree, Jellybean Nose. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but those are the ones that came to mind right away and that I know I watch like regularly. How did you get into K-pop? What was the first song you listened to and first dance? I already answered that with my whole story about China and Mr. Taxi, and what was the first song I listened to. Mr. Taxi, but it was the Japanese version. So if you want to count the first actually Korean song I listened to, it was either G or O by Girls' Generation. And first dance, Breathe by Miss A, I think. Would you like to do another collab? Yes, of course. I don't know what to do, but I guess we didn't know what we were doing last time either, did we? And we managed to come out with something rather quickly too, especially for me, considering how much I procrastinate. I was really surprised that we talked about doing a collab and then we had done one in such a short amount of time. I think it'll be much easier in the summertime to do dances and stuff and be motivated. And I would do collabs with other people as well. I don't know how to approach people about that, and I don't want to put pressure on anyone. You just made me, I don't know, you made me comfortable to actually commit to doing it. And I think you brought it up first. I don't know. I don't know who brought it up first, but it felt natural and it just happened. How long have you been dancing? Are you self-taught? I'm definitely self-taught because I have never even danced in front of another person before. Never taken any classes. How long have I been dancing? I used to dance in my room by myself in high school and stuff. But technically I've really been trying to dance since about 2012 or 2013. So 3 or 4 years. Somewhere between 3 and 5 years. I'm not good at math, okay? Don't judge me. Would you ever dance in public? Yeah, I would. Right now that seems super embarrassing and like I don't know if I could right now, but I could definitely see that within a few months or a few years I would be dancing in public. And it also depends on where, because I think as I keep going I'll get more and more comfortable with dancing and feel more confident about it to where I won't be so embarrassed if other people see me do it. So I would definitely dance in public. I don't know if I will anytime soon, but I definitely would, even though it would nearly give me a panic attack. Any advice for those thinking about starting a YouTube channel or dancing? Just do it, because you'll have the same problem as me where you want... Can you go, Mal? If you don't just do it, you're going to have the same problem that I have. You're going to keep waiting. Excuse me. What the heck is with my voice? You're going to keep waiting until everything's perfect and it's never going to be. It's better to just do badly. Actually, I have this quote. Can I show it to you? I'll show it to you after I'm done so that I don't have to take the camera off the tripod right now. It says, do it slowly, do it badly, do it fearfully. I'm looking at it. However you have to, just do it. And that's true, even if you're bad at it, even if it takes you a long time, even if you're afraid and you're nervous, do it anyway if it's something that you want to do. And I love that quote. That's why it's been written up there on my dry erase board for like 2 years now. Do it slowly, do it badly, do it fearfully, however you have to, just do it. And I'm trying to remember that myself. Slowly, I'm like the little engine that could. I'm working my way up. The only way to get better is by doing. You can sit there and try to think about everything and try to prepare everything. You can try so hard to think and prepare and all that, but if you never get around to actually doing, what was the point in all that thinking and preparing? Quit! You'll never be as prepared as you want to be. Has anything changed for you or within you since starting YouTube? I think I'm just learning more to just push myself to do things even though I'm afraid of the reactions I'll get, or I think I've become more confident. And my camera cut off. I really don't want to wait for it to charge again, so I'm just going to end this video here. I'm sorry if this is abrupt. I think I answered all the questions. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't spend a really long time on some of them. But seriously, my camera is about to die. So I'll just be happy to have this done and up for you guys. I put it off for way too long. I hope it turns out okay. See you in my next video, probably a dance cover. Bye. Out of the crowd. I'm trying to think. Excuse me.
Te voy a presentar a un amigo argentino.
Te voy a presentar a un amigo argentino.
El hombre es británico. Fuimos a un restaurante italiano.
Fuimos a un restaurante italiano. Oh, I'm just waiting for my light to get brighter. I took a break and waited for my camera to charge for a while. I've been filming this forever because my camera doesn't last very long. And then it takes a million charge. Excuse me, Simba. I need a camera that will last longer or charge faster, and it would be so wonderful to have a viewfinder. I cannot even. It would have made this whole thing so much easier. Does it take everyone else this long to make a video, or is it just me? Here's that quote. I know it looks really horrible because it's been up there for years, so it's like partly erased, but do it slowly, do it badly, do it fearfully, however you have to, just do it. So I try to remember that and live by that, that it's okay if it takes you a long time, or if you're scared, or if you're bad at something. If it's something you want to do, just do it. Insert Shia LaBeouf now.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.